Hey Asphalt Lifers, welcome to another episode of Hammer Time with Paul Casseri. I'm honored to introduce two new ventilation products we have in our vast ventilation product line today. We're introducing a slant back, both in aluminum as well as galvanized. They're both 50 NFA. And they're sturdy construction, really good quality products, and we're going to show you guys how to install it. So I have my good friend here, Brent Simmons from Restoration Roofing. Hey buddy, how you doing today?
Hey Paul, thanks for having me, man.
Not a problem. So Brent's going to help us do the install here, and the first thing we always have to worry about with these products, because they are sharp and they're relatively delicate, is safety. So let's make sure that we don't cut our hands on these products as we handle them. But we're going to get started here and do an installation for you guys. And as you can see here, we're going to walk up on our deck. We're going to cut some holes into the decking and install this product. So what do you say we get started?
Let's go.
All right. Hey, Brent, I appreciate you getting up here with me. So, there's a few important things you have to understand when you do ventilation, right? Mm-hmm. So you want to follow all building codes, make sure you're doing your calculations, make sure you're compliant to building codes. And when you install a slant back, we want to be, the things that I know, 2 feet off the ridge. Right. And can you tell us anything else before we get started?
Well, just overall, ventilation is the #1 quickest way, really improper ventilation is the quickest way to kill a good shingle. Shingles are designed to shed water from the outside, but they're not designed to really take a lot of heat from the inside.
Absolutely.
So these vents are going to be really important. You're going to want good ventilation on any roof. But another thing, you mentioned coming down 2 feet. You also want to make sure you're between the rafters.
Gotcha.
So you don't want to be on top of a rafter when you install this.
Okay, well great. Well, let's go and get started. So the first thing we want to do is just measure 2 feet down and just mark it. Here, I'll give you that. I'll mark it.
All right. So we determined that this is in between 2 rafters. So to find our distance from the ridge, we're right about there.
Okay, right about there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then according to the installation instructions that we read, you need to make an 8-inch diameter circle. So how are we going to go about doing that?
So there's a couple of different ways to do this, but we've got a tape measure and some chalk. Okay. So what we're going to do is just basically measure off a couple different points, 4 inches off of our center line. So if you want to mark that for me.
All right.
Let's do that.
So what's the next step? We have our circle, so what do we do?
All right, so the next step is cutting the hole. There's a couple different ways to do this as well. Some guys like to use reciprocating saws. Chances are you're gonna have a battery power tool to do this, but for this video, we've got a jigsaw. These work just as well. So we're gonna take our drill and drill a little hole here to get us started.
Can I do that?
Absolutely.
All right, let's give it a shot. So we drilled our pilot hole, so we're good there. So let's go ahead and cut our circle. Show us how that's done.
Let's get it started.
So you're going through the shingle, the deck, and everything?
Right, all the way down to the open attic.
Great.
All right.
All right, Brent, so now we have the hole cut, right? And there's a lot of different ways to do this next part, but we're gonna have to position the vent over our opening, and how are we gonna do it?
All right, so we've already kind of determined where it's gonna slide up, so let's go ahead and slide it up right here.
Okay.
Get up a little bit further. So, you wanna make sure it's straight, check with the bottom of your shingle, it looks good. So now what we're just doing this so we can measure. That's our next step.
Gotcha.
All right, so this is a 16-inch flange. We need about 1.5 inches on top of this. These shingles need to be cut so they rest on top of it for water.
Gotcha.
For waterproofing and water shedding.
Gotcha.
So basically, I'm going to measure at 1.5 inches. Will you just mark right there?
1.5 right there,
yeah.
Okay.
All right, same thing on this side.
All right.
Perfect. Again, and this is an 11-inch top, so if we go 1.5 inches off there too, that'll get us to the desired 13 inches.
And then on the side here, gotcha. All right.
All right, go ahead and remove the vent.
Okay. All right, how about across the bottom? You need anything there?
Actually, no, we don't, because we're not going to be cutting this one. With the way this one fell, these shingles are going to stop with enough space.
Okay,
so we don't have to worry about it leaking.
Okay, good. So we have our lines now, right, to cut. So you're the professional. I'll let you do the honors. I got a new blade here for you.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
All right, Brent, so we have the hole cut out, we have the shingles removed. So now we want to position the ventilation in the correct location and then attach. There's an up arrow there, so we're gonna slide this up underneath the top level shingle, but you want to lay a bead of caulk down?
Yeah, so I have a sealant / adhesive right here.
Okay.
It's not in the instructions, but it's just good, safe measure for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead. You'll hold it, yeah. All right.
All right.
So carefully now, we don't want to get it all over the shingles. I'm gonna lift this up.
Okay.
Try not to touch until you get close.
Up to the top here.
Yep.
And slide in. Okay.
Yep. All right. A little bit more. Great. Okay. So now that's in place. That's right there at our marks that we made. You can see that the shingles actually overlap this. What we'll do now, before we fasten everything, we'll trim this top shingle so that way you don't have this gap here.
Gotcha. And your shingles lay flat.
Correct. Yeah. So we're going to trim this out with just like a little box shape.
So now, according to installation instructions, we're going to attach with 2-inch nails in 8 different locations. Right. And then any exposed nail, of course, we're going to caulk.
With some silicone.
All right, so now we're going to attach, right? So we know we got to pry some of these shingles to make sure we drive the nails underneath the leading coarse shingle as we go down. So let me pull this, let me get this up for you and see if you can put a nail in there. All right, and then we're going to finish off this side and we have it installed. All right, asphalt lifers, it's just that easy. We installed this slant back. This is the aluminum version. So I want to thank Brent for coming up from Restoration Roofing, giving us your expertise and your installation guidance. Thank you very much for your help.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And you guys, if you need any information on any of our events, visit our website at atlasroofing/ventilation. And we have additional Hammer Time YouTube videos at youtube.com/atlasroofingcorp. Until next time, see you later, guys. It's Hammer Time.
Hammer time.